What is going on, Zinger Nation? Welcome back to another After Hours episode. I'm your host, Ryan Rozbiani, and I'm honored to be here with you. We've got a lot to talk about. As the title said, look, AMC strikes back. We've got a lot of cool news. Fubo in the After Hours picking up after a long decay in the chart. SPY and QQQ still doing their thing, even though they weren't green today, but they were still doing their thing. We're going to cover everything. Just as a reminder to newer viewers, the show is in three parts. First part, we go over the indices, SPY, QQQ, IWM, and Bitcoin. I know Bitcoin's not an indice, but come on, we got to cover it. It affects a lot of our stocks now. Part two, I'll be going over some of the hot stocks of the day, so AMC, Fubo, and a few others that I'll be discussing in part two. And part three, my personal favorite part, I get to interact with you in the chat. So what we do is you could put stocks in the chat that you want me to cover. If we have time, we will discuss them. All I ask in return is if you could just do me a solid and hit the like button. But if you want to go above and beyond, you can subscribe to the channel. We've got a ton of amazing programs on here. So pretty straightforward. Let's jump right into it. We're going to start off with good old SPY here. So I'm going to be using Webull today. I got a bunch of drawings on here from last time. I want to make sure I can use that. But for news, Fubo had some news. We're going to jump back to the handy dandy Benzinga Pro Tool, which is my go-to place for my favorite thing, which is good old news, which I need my Benzinga to tell me everything because I'm not going to go Google it. So let's go into SPY real quick. Boom, S&P 500 today. The rally has kind of slowed down. Let me delete these drawings that I have here. If you look here, our rally was slowing down. We hit the top of the Bollinger Band. As expected with Bollinger Bands, you can ride it all the way to the top, but usually you will kind of go back to the mean. You will go back to the mid Bollinger Band, which is your 20 moving average. And it looks like today we had a drop of 0.34%. Now you might be saying, that's nothing. I get it. But we have to cool down, and we've begun cooling down after a massive rally that we've been having. Now, will we decay back to the bottom of the mean? I don't think so. We bounced right off support here around the 432.75 area. If you look here, we had 432.31 support. Here we bounced off at 432.72. So we had a nice little bounce, which is fantastic. So SPY began to kind of cool off a little bit today, and I think it's really in anticipation of Janet Yellen speaking tomorrow. So a lot of people are worried about what she says. She has a tendency to move markets, both the crypto markets as well as the indices within the US. So people are keeping an eye on that and making sure that things are calm, cool, and collected. Next, we'll go to QQQ, which is our good old Investico QQQ Trust, parallel to the NASDAQ, our good old tech stocks. Very, very similar movement, folks. Take a look at this. We came down to a sort of very close to this support, but we cooled off with another 0.7% decay and a 0.1%. I'm seeing all of you in the chat. You are all amazing. I appreciate you all being here with me today. We are going to go to our good old AMC in a second. Just got to give me some time. We're following the format of the show. So during this time, go and find all of your AMC folks, bring them over to the chat so that we can kind of discuss AMC. AMC had a fantastic day, and I'm going to go over it. I promise. I'm seeing the comments in the chat. Next off, we will go to IWM, which is our Russell 2000. It parallels our small caps. Now, look, folks, we had a heartbreaker of a day. We don't even need the Bollinger Bands there, but I'm going to show you here. Look, we were setting up for hopefully a breakout here. We're going to hopefully bounce here, go back up, breakout, have an awesome small cap summer, but not yet. Unfortunately, we broke below the trend line. We've broken below the trend line. We've broken below the Bollinger Band. Small caps are suffering, and this is because of the inflation numbers. The inflation numbers disproportionately affect small cap stocks more than anything for some reason. It should be affecting tech stocks, should be affecting healthcare stocks, should be helping finance stocks in hopes that maybe finance numbers go up, in hopes that maybe interest rates go up to help these finance stocks. But unfortunately, that's not what's happening right now. So definitely, I want you folks to keep an eye on it. Be careful with small caps. Be careful how you enter and exit and swing trade these, and you will see it. But unfortunately, it looks like as of right now, it's not going to be a small cap summer. So let's move on to Bitcoin, the fourth and final index we will be covering. Maybe if we have a second, I'll jump into Ethereum as well. But Bitcoin is having a rough time. Bitcoin, what happened, man? Bitcoin was supposed to be our anti-inflationary asset. As inflation goes up, Bitcoin should also be going up as a hedge, right? Everyone was always talking about how Bitcoin is an anti-inflationary hedge. This is our hedge against, not the hedgies, but our hedge against kind of inflation. So our support area that we're kind of watching here is not really support, but this is the area that we're watching, which we've had previous bounces. It's around the 31,000 area, and it's suffering. Look, we had support here at 32.7. It ripped below. not good, but for 3 consecutive days, we've been below the support area. And the next area we're kind of watching is the 31,000 area, 30,000, 31,000 area support. And it's not, I'll be honest with you, it's not looking great. Look, your RSI is headed downward. Our MACD's curling back to red after barely holding on to green and trading sideways for such a long time. Take a look at this. We've been trading inside this box. It's unfortunate. It's not pretty. I'll draw the Fibonacci's here for us for a second. I'll clean it up too. I know the top part I missed. I went a little too low. But here, look at our fibs. Our fibs don't really do much for us either. We've ripped below our lowest band on the fib, so it's not going to really do much. But if I want to kind of get like maybe a shorter time frame on the Fibonacci's, maybe that will kind of help us establish some levels of support here. As you can see here, this is our level of support that we're watching, the 31.7. Take a look at this, and we're right on it. So it's not looking very, very good for us right now. Long term, yeah, I completely agree, it's a long-term edge. I mean, I guess you were trying to say hedge against inflation, but I agree with you. It could be a long-term hedge against inflation, but right now it is not looking very good for Bitcoin, unfortunately, across the board. The biggest catalyst I'm personally waiting on for Bitcoin is the good old Bitcoin ETF. We want to make sure that if that Bitcoin ETF start getting approved, the Bitcoin ETF start buying Bitcoin to be able to set up their assets under management, you start becoming publicly traded ETFs, we will see a nice little shift in Bitcoin, which will also conversely affect our favorite Bitcoin mining stocks, our favorite Bitcoin stocks like Coinbase. They're my favorite, but you could have your own favorites. Again, you can see the banner down below. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my personal opinions. But again, we will have to see these. A lot of our stocks are dependent on Bitcoin's pricing. And real quick, I'm going to go to Ethereum as well, because I want to see how Ethereum is performing. Not Ethan Allen. I always do this. I always when I'm going to Ethereum, I always go to Ethan Allen by mistake. But those guys got good furniture. But I have no clue how they've been performing on the stock market. But as you can see here, Ethereum is trying to hold the support levels here. Again, very, very weak support level here. As you can see, we only have 3 candles around the kind of the 1900. Barely the 1860s areas. It's not looking good for it because, as you folks know, Ethereum follows Bitcoin. All the coins follow Bitcoin, even though like maybe one day Ethereum could overtake Bitcoin with the formation of Ethereum 2.0, the changes in the gas fees. But right now, as things are setting up, they're all following their leader, which is Bitcoin. I want to also check out really quick one of my new favorite ones, which is Cardano. It's a little bit harder to pull up Cardano here on Webull, so you got to actually kind of backdoor your way into it. It doesn't show up in the search, so you have to find like the cryptos on here, and that can be trouble sometimes. If I can find it quickly, I'll bring it up. If not, I'm going to jump into AMC. I'm just doing this. Yeah, XLM's a fun one too. I got to read more about it, as Larry said. So we're about to jump into AMC. So if you're AMC apes, go out there, get the AMC apes. Let me just put out a tweet right now. Talking AMC now. Let's chat. So I want to get the AMC apes in here. We've had some very good streams in the past. We've been following this stock for so closely. Cardano, where are you, Cardano? Why aren't you showing up? ADA. Doesn't want to do it. ADA USD. Oh, I got it. Cool. ADA USD is what I got to type in. Okay, cool. There it is. Cardano sitting on the support line as well, around the 1.2 area. It has dipped below it a little bit. Personally, I do have a position in Cardano in full disclosure, as well as Bitcoin and Ethereum. But again, I want to review it. Again, you don't have too much data in Webull in terms of Cardano's past pricing. But again, this is also just like the other cryptos, following everything that's been going on. Ryan, you flipping rock. I appreciate you, Alex. Keeping it honest with AMC, as always, but tuned in, bro. I appreciate you. Yeah, I promised you guys one thing when this whole story started and I started covering AMC was I would keep it as honest as possible. Not as honest as possible. I'd keep it as 100% honest with you all. So I wanted to do that, and we will do that right now. We're going to jump right into it. I'm just giving a few minutes for some AMC folks to see if they wanted to come in here, party with us, have some fun with us. So I want to see if they were coming in. If not, we're going to jump right into AMC right now. I don't want to take up too much time because in the past few streams, I haven't been able to do my favorite part of the stream, which is discussing with you all what stocks you guys want me to cover. So I'm going to discuss that. So let's go to it. Look at this. Our RSI picked up a peak right here. Look at that. Now, again, it's only off of one day. So we can't give it too much confirmation. We need 1 to 3 consecutive days to be able to pick up this confirmation of a reversal. So definitely keep that in mind. Our MACD is still in a downtrend. I'm going to turn these off so we can have a bigger plane over here on the screen. So let me just turn these off real quick so we can see them. Again, you folks know I love Bollinger Bands. I love Bollinger Bands. They're one of my favorite indicators. I actually finished making the course video. I'm working on a bunch of videos for the course that I'm doing on the Patreon that Patreon members get for free for being a part of the course if they're in the Tesla and Google tier. The link for that is in the description if you'd like to sign up for the Patreon. And Bollinger Bands is a video that I just finished making. So whenever I make a video, I get to brush up on the indicator as well and pick up some new tips and tricks that I've like had my nose from back when I first started looking at this stuff. So AMC, our support level that we were watching here very closely was the 37.75 area. 35. See, this is the thing that happens. Look, once our lines start overlaying, we will start getting funky with this. So it was the 35.55 area was where we were watching. Now we lost that yesterday, right? We closed at 33.25, which was unfortunate. We were below the support level, which is painful, right? We don't want to. It was heartbreaking to see that because the next support level would have been literally at 23.90 because there's not much here. Like I don't base one candle off of support. Personally, I don't like setting up support levels like that. I want to have a few consecutive candles or at least a bounce that shows a consecutive movement to be able to set up that support level for myself personally. So losing that support level meant the next support level was 23.90. Now we do have a bounce here and people will argue that this is a support level, and sure, I can give that to you. We have a support level here sort of at 32.14, which is the low point for today, but who cares? That's gone. That's gone. Listen to Larry, folks. Hit the like button. Listen to Larry. Listen to Larry. L2L. Listen to Larry. Hit that like button. So what I need to do is, because a lot of the activity happened in after hours, I'm going to go to something like a 15-minute chart. I'm going to take a look at the 15-minute chart. I've turned on VWAP. I'm going to turn off Bollinger Bands because here in the short scheme of things, it's not too important for me how the Bollinger Bands are moving. I like to use it for more long-term and it's how things move. So let's definitely take a look at this. Look at this. Right into the morning, something happened, folks. Something happened, whether it was shorts covering, whether it was new blood coming into the AMC rocket ship, whatever that was. You know what? Parallel to this, let me pull up Ortex so I can check the short interest. It's got to have dropped because, well, it hasn't been 2 weeks yet, so I wouldn't even have the new numbers here in Ortex to be able to share with you. You can be like, hey, this is what the short interest is now. But I can tell you for a fact that we get short interest every 2 weeks. We got it recently. The number shouldn't be different from what last we discussed was 15%. Yeah, it's still, look, I'll show you really quickly but so people don't freak out. Why are you screenshotting Ortex? Here, 1583. It's the same thing as last time. So that's holding up pretty well. They're covering. So as short interest goes down, shorts have to cover so price can go up. I don't think it has anything to do with the child tax credit. That'll be interesting if that was it, but I would think the child tax credit would affect things more things kind of like what do you call it? SPY and QQQ, those indices. But take a look at this here. Massive green candle, 24 million volume within the first 30 minutes. Imagine that. That's nuts. Now that's wild. That's a ton of volume. Our average 3 million volume is 162. So right off the bat, you're coming in the door with 24.5. We ripped through the VWAP. We regained back our 35.55 support level that we love so much. Ripped up, boom, came up. People took profits here. Look, this is also a day trader stock. People will love to day trade this stock because of the momentum behind it, because of the volume that comes in and out of it, because of the volatility with it. This also attracts day traders, algo traders to jump into a stock like this. And that's fair. It's the stock market. Everyone has a seat at the table. So you have to definitely keep that into account when you're trading this stock, that you will have rapid shifts in movement, even though it's not a low volume stock. It's almost 500 million float of a stock, not low volume, low float, excuse me. So we ripped up, we popped back, we regained the 35.55 very shortly for about an hour. We lost it, and then we regained it again. Volume was coming in. We regained it, lost it, regained and held it, lost it, but we bounced back up. Now, if I turn Bollinger Bands on here for a second, you'll see exactly how they work in kind of a short time frame as well. You can see here, boom, you can rip above a Bollinger Band, but you will always, based off of kind of statistically, return back to the mean, which is kind of this middle line. You hit the top, you rip it, you will dance around this area, you will come back down, hit the bottom of the Bollinger Band or bounce before you hit the bottom of the Bollinger Band, and then ride back up. So here we ripped back up. So I'm assuming Right now, it's about 5:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we are doing very well into the after hours too. Look at this. We've got an 8% movement. It was 10% when we first started the stream. So it is cooling off a bit. Remember, after hours volume will decay. When volume decays, you will sort of lose some momentum. But this new fresh breath of air coming into said stock could be good going into tomorrow. You have to keep that in mind for sure, because there's certain things that revolve around the stock, and momentum is a big thing. So people who are probably watching this and going, hey, do I need this stock? Do I want to come into it? Do I want to play AMC? Will now see this movement returning after the massive decay that was happening. Look, let's be honest. I promised you one thing, and that one thing that I promised you was honesty. This was not looking good. Yesterday, I didn't have a stream, but Tuesday when I streamed, I said this isn't looking good. If we can't hold this 35.55, AMC is going to be in trouble, because that's the name of the game, whether it's shorts, whether it's people selling, whatever is going on. Whatever the name of the game is, the stock price was going down. So we were worried. We're like, what's going on? This doesn't make sense. This isn't good. Not that it doesn't make sense. It's not good. Volume was decaying. We were losing volume. Look at this. Well, we were not losing volume. We were gaining volume, but it looked like it was volume that was exiting the stock rather than entering the stock. So it wasn't looking so great, and we were down from the all-time highs. So we can measure that. Again, I'm not trying to spread FUD or do anything like that. I'm just literally reading you what I'm looking at the chart, and my personal thoughts were. And you guys know my own goal, my honest goal, my goal for you all that I promised was honesty and transparency. So we were down 54% from our high. So I was like, this is bad. But then today I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, wow, we're getting the move back. So 35.55 was the pinnacle point that people wanted to get into and jump back up and regain this kind of movement again. So we'll see it. AMC popping. That's right, like the popcorn. AMC's popping their popcorn. That's a good analogy. But yeah, so it gained its momentum back. And look, in after hours, we were just 8%. Now we're moving back to 9.5%. So it's making its moves. It's doing its thing. Let me move my screen off for a second. I want to log in and take a look at, so I can pull up the level 2 data for us. Let me log in so we can actually see level 2 data that we discussed last time. I want to be able to see this live, because I want to see how the price action is moving live. So here we are. We have level 2 data on the side. So we're seeing here some price action, some price movement. We don't need 20, but if you see here, we have a big sell block here at 39.65. So this stock is being day traded right now. So look, you have 100 shares in, 100 shares out, but it looks like our outflow volume is a little bit higher right now. So it's whatever, right? It's not great, but you're still moving upward. There's an upward momentum coming in. Now, whether this is other forms of trading that are happening, but the level 2 data isn't telling us much other than like, hey, we have buy orders coming in, sell orders coming in, and you have people that are buying the stock. That's the other thing, is we didn't have these kind of movements happening last time we were doing the stream. The momentum wasn't there. So that's that. Let me quickly log out so that I can comfortably do some of this stuff that I like to do with you guys without like my personal information accidentally popping up. One time I was doing a stream and my phone number for some reason popped up on the screen with Weeble. I was like, hey, do you want to update your contact information? I was like, no. I love you guys, but I don't want you calling me. So AMC, let's keep going. Where can we go tomorrow? So look, we have regained. We closed again. I focus on the day of close number. That's how I trade. After hours is just gravy, and we want to make sure that this after hours can hold into pre-market tomorrow into 9:30 open, right? So that's gravy. I don't focus on that, but we've regained this support level for now. Now, in order to properly regain it, technically, you want 2 to 3 consecutive trading days where this goes above this. Then we want to regain the 41.63 and then make our way back up, hopefully back into at least this trading box that we had here, where we were trading sideways for a bit between 48 to 94 and 64, right? You want to regain that kind of that strength for AMC, and that's the only way to do it is volume. Look, these spurts of volume that come in, I think these are shorts covering, because they're too sporadic to just be like, all right, AMC apes are just coming in buying today and then they're selling for the next consecutive days. That doesn't make sense to me. I think that these are shorts covering. And I was reading something that I was actually watching a video, it was a Meet Kevin video, and he was showing that it's not massive short squeezes, so the mother of all short squeezes that everyone talks about. It's usually not that happens with a lot of these stocks, like, for example, AMC. what happens is you will have short spurts where shorts will cover the stock, but the thing is new shorts will come in and open short positions because they'll say, okay, here's an opportunity for us to get in. Because you have to remember that shorts are paying interest on the margin that they're taking out to short a stock. So it costs them money every single day to hold that position. And if the stock is going up and they're holding a short position, they're losing money from the stock going up, and they're losing money for the margin interest that they're paying. So it's a double whammy on these shorts. So it becomes quite inefficient to hold a short position. That's why you have a lot of like their not critical analysis people, but kind of like their quality control people. I would say I'm blanking on the word, but it'll come to me. That are like, hey, you got to cut the position. You got to cut the position. It's time to cover. We've lost too much money. It's kind of like a stop loss that hits. They have like a stop loss department. Yeah, see, Alex saw it too. Multiple squeezes. I agree. Look, I think this was a squeeze. This was a massive squeeze here that happened because we know that shorts were opening positions all the way back here. So imagine you had a position here and the stock is 8x and you're holding a short position already. And by this time, the stock is like 9x or 10x, right? Boom. A short squeeze initiates here. You trade sideways for a bit. The shorts open, new shorts come in, new shorts cover and close. And then you see things happening and then you have shorts covering. So look, this is the 8th. Short looks like shorts covered on that day. So we'll have to see how this pattern goes. If this is just like this one green candle again, and then we followed by 4 consecutive green candles again, and then shorts cover. At this point, I wouldn't see why shorts would cover. They would see the stock decaying, so they'd keep their positions. But we'll have to see. Tomorrow is very, very important and very telling for this stock. So we need to do that. So what I'm going to ask for you folks, if you could do for me a favor before we jump into the next stock that I want to discuss, which is a fan favorite, which is Fubo. If you could do me a solid, hit the like button on the video. Also, if you could do me a favor, I'm trying to build out my Twitter following a bit. I'm trying to be able to provide more value there on days that I'm not streaming because I'm not here 7 days a week, but I'm tweeting 7 days a week. If you can go to ryanstocks.com and hit a follow on my Twitter, I'd appreciate that. In return, I promise I'll post daily about AMC stock charts on days that I'm not covering it here live. So you can go to ryanstocks.com. I'll show you exactly what that looks like. You go to ryanstocks.com. You hit the link. It's also linked in the description. If you do that, it'll take you directly to my website here, which is, why isn't it not loading? This is embarrassing. Is it my ad block that's blocking my own website? Okay, it looks like I'm having some technical difficulties. Okay, Shift F5 to force. Okay, so it looks like this website's having some issues. So you can just go to my Twitter. That's also directly linked in the description if you'd like to do that. Yeah, Larry, I got a Twitter, man. I got a Twitter, buddy, but you know that already. Lawsuit, bro. That's why. So what's this? I'm seeing comments about the lawsuit. Wes Christian is suing the apes. Okay, let's take a look. I want to see what this is. I got to go to Benzinga Pro. Because I have no idea what this is. Here we go. Is there anything here about it? If you have like an article that's talking about this or something, do me a favor, DM it to me on Twitter or tweet it to me on Twitter. That's why I have DMs open on Twitter so that you folks can interact with me, because you can't post links here in this chat. So if you have something about this West Christian lawsuit, shoot it to me and I can discuss it, and we can discuss it here and we can go through it. Like last time someone sent me a great piece about stock shorting where FINRA was changing the rules. So let me see. I haven't received anything yet. West Christian AMC. I don't know who Wes Christian is, so that's kind of what's because I'm following this more on a technical standpoint than on kind of the movement standpoint. For me, the technical analysis is important. Is this a mini squeeze? JC, that's what I'm thinking as well. So okay, this looks like, I don't know if this is a real profile or a fake profile. That looks like a fake profile. Let me see. Wes Christian AMC. Let's go to news. 5 things that happened in July. So, okay, this is not helping. So if anyone has something that they can send over to me on Twitter, you won't be able to send it to me on here. I won't be able to see it. Twitter blocks it out. Wes Christian was Overstock's lawyer in 2012. Okay, that doesn't help me. Matt Kors just interviewed Wes at 4:30 p.m. See his YouTube channel later. Okay, we'll deal with that later. We'll talk about that later. But to answer JC's question, I think this is a mini squeeze. I think that what's happening here is a mini squeeze. This is a mini squeeze. Shorts are covering. That's what happens. Like you can only hold this for so long. They don't hold positions where their margin is small. They're paying a lot of money. The video is right there. LOL. Watch it now. I can't watch a video live on this stream because then we'll get in trouble putting up another YouTuber's information, YouTuber's video here without their permission. So we'll get in trouble, Nick. We can't do that. I wish we could. That'd be cool doing like a live reaction. That'd be awesome. But unfortunately, at this time, we can't. Maybe later down the line, we can reach out to them. Maybe we can get them on the show and they can talk to us live. West One overstock suit, which was similar. Okay. Why are they suing the apes? That's we can hear the audio. Okay. I mean, you guys can check out that video after and we can discuss that later for sure. But my main thing right now is I want to focus on your other stocks. So I want to go to Fubo real quick. Fubo is the stock that has been getting beat up tremendously. I need my indicators back for this one. RSI MACD volume is there. As you can see here, Fubo is one that's been in a massive decay from hitting the top of the Bollinger Band. And watch later for DD. Yeah, I'll watch it later. Hits the top of the Bollinger Band, comes down to the bottom, didn't bounce a little bit, and then kind of riding a downward trajectory. They had some news today, which I'm going to need my good old Benzinga Pro for, because this happened literally a few minutes before I came on live. Fubo shares are trading higher after its subsidiary Fubo Gaming, the Kurdish companies, announced the completion of a market access agreement for the forthcoming mobile Fubo Sports in Pennsylvania. Cool. Their sports book is launching, which is awesome. Have a look at Big Crazy Run. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at Big. There's a lot of people that are asking for it. So in the third part of the show, I will definitely make sure to cover Big, I promise. But thank you so much for the super sticker, Phantom. VQ Alex, I appreciate you. Thank you for the super sticker. If you guys are watching, just do me a one solid. You guys don't have to do super stickers or anything fancy like that. Just hit the like button. That's all that matters. And kind of to me matters. If you subscribe, that'll be even juicier. Or you could follow me on Twitter. That would be amazing. You just go to Ryanstocks isn't working, so the link in the description is probably your best bet. I don't know what's going on with Ryanstocks.com today, guys. Which one of you crashed the website? Okay, here, we're back, baby. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. So this is ryanstocks.com, which is a flow code page. You can just literally, if you go to it, the fourth link is my Twitter. If you follow me there, it would mean a lot. I also run a YouTube channel where I do DD videos. If you want to follow me there and subscribe there, that would also mean the world to me. If anyone wants to join our private Discord group and trading team, it's run through a Patreon account, which kind of connects you to our Discord. You can sign up here too. This is very good for traders and new traders. New traders and experienced traders. We're making a lot of money. Even on weeks like this where everything is red and ugly, we're still doing very, very well, and we're printing. So I just wanted to put that out there. I'll let you know about that opportunity that's there. If you'd like to join or entertain it, you are all more than welcome. Oh, here we go. I got a message from someone. Okay, so I'm seeing someone sent me a GoFundMe link. I can't display that on the screen because we've gotten in trouble for that before. Sent DM to GoFundMe to get Wes Christian by. Okay, so yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the GoFundMe link. Unfortunately, I cannot show that on a live stream because we did that once and we got in trouble. So I don't want to do that and get in trouble. Someone else can do that and get in trouble, but I don't want to do that and get in trouble. So let's go to Fubo. Let's see what's going on. What's the game plan for tomorrow with Fubo? It was much higher in the after hours like a few minutes ago. It rallied up to 28.30. Now it's kind of cooling off to 27.15, which is nice. I'm liking that movement that I'm seeing here with it. It's doing its thing. It's making moves. But it doesn't seem like it was substantial enough to do anything. Like doesn't look like it's holding, which is unfortunate. Like we just broke VWAP, we broke the mean. We might be coming back down to the lower point around 26, depending on how volume holds. Really, we have to see how this does during trading hours. So tomorrow is going to be key for Fubo. It's going to be like, all right, Fubo, we want to make sure what's going on. We're going to need to see what you're doing tomorrow. And it looks like is Fubo a highly shorted stock? Let me see the short interest on Fubo. Here, I'll show you. I'm going through it, checking Ortex for Fubo real quick. Ortex is one of those websites that gives you short interest on stocks. Like AMC, it's telling me it's 1583. Believe it or not, that's 100% up to you guys and whatever methodology you guys follow. But this is the only source that I have right now for short interest that is supposedly accurate. But remember, short interest data is reported late. It's 2 weeks late. And by the time we get it, it's very, very late. It's about 3 weeks late. If we're lucky, it's only 3 weeks late. But Fubo is holding a 16.44% interest. short interest, it's down 25% from where it was before. So shorts began covering, and we can kind of see where we can find that on the chart. So let's bring up Webull, go to the daily. Like, see, we were discussing like micro short squeezes. Right here, this candle right here with the 4.29% could have been shorts covering. So keep that in mind, that short squeezes don't have to happen in a way where the stock goes from $5 to $500. You can have micro short squeezes where they cover their short positions in small amounts, and then new people will come in and try to open up a new short position. Larry's saying Wes is trying to get funds to sue the hedgies on behalf of apes. No suit filed. Okay, thank you, Larry. That helps a lot. Okay, so that's interesting. So, all right, so there's a lot going on there behind the scenes. There's a lot of characters. See, one thing to remember with AMC is there's two groups of people in the AMC movement. One is the noble folks that are in this, that are trying to make a massive change to AMC, and those are the folks that I salute. They're trying to make a massive change to the short interest situation, transparency of data, transparency of information from FINRA for free to everyone, and we're seeing those changes being made. The second group of people, it's broken up into two subgroups. One, it's a group of people who are just super greedy. They have no idea how stock trading works, and they're just like, all right, the stock is going to $10 million a share. We're going to the moon. Just keep buying, and they try to mislead people to buy a stock and for it to go to the moon. The second group is a group of people who don't even trade stocks. They are not even holding the stock, and they're using it as a marketing ploy. And they're like, oh, AMC to the moon. By the way, sign up for my OnlyFans, sign up for my, buy my merchandise, do this, do that. So be very careful who you listen to when it comes to AMC. Focus on the group of people who are in the first batch. They want to focus on the freedom of information when it comes to shorting. They want to focus on all the stuff that's going on, the truth, which is the most important thing. So focus on them. Don't get distracted by the pretty faces trying to sell you merchandise and stuff like that. But please be very careful who you listen to when it comes to this, because there's a lot of people that are spreading a lot of misinformation for and against AMC. Like, there was an article yesterday saying that a very disrespectful article. Actually, I'll show it to you. It was on another news publication website. Let me see. I kind of don't even want to show it, but we'll show it. I forgot. I think Zip Trader did a story on it. I want to pull it up and show you folks. Just give me 1 second. I got to find Zip's YouTube video that he did on it, and then we can go to that article. Because Fubo, there isn't much going on. Look, we need to see how this reacts. It's reacting very well in the after hours, which I'm very happy about. But this isn't something to write home about, or it's not a big enough change for this float. It's a lowish float. It's about a 119. It's a 111.9 float. It's about a 112 float. So there's nothing that I would kind of write home about. So it's not something that I would truly care about or make a massive movement here. It's awesome, but it's not really great, to be 100% honest with you. So here, like, this is the article that I'm referencing here. This is a very disrespectful article. So, like, when people say people try to spread FUD, this is an example. This guy, whoever he is, TMF Ultra Long, let's give him a Google. He's spreading some FUD. TMF Ultra Long looks like he's on Twitter. I don't know him. I don't follow him. He writes for the Motley Fool. He writes a lot of BS. Sean Williams writes a lot of BS from what I've seen, based off of previous articles of his that I've read. It's a lot. I wasn't surprised to see him as the author of this article, but he's a very bearish trader, which, credit to him. We have bullish and bearish traders, but you can see that at one point he's saying the share price is being manipulated, and then but then he's saying, oh no, it's not Wall Street, it's the AMC apes, and he's blaming the AMC folks that are like buying the stock. It's their money. Let people buy whatever they want. It's none of your business what people do with their money. But that's just how it's reacting. Let me go to AMC real quick. Then I'm going to do big because a lot of folks are asking for it. So AMC's holding in the after hours. Look, it's holding. But we need this into pre-market tomorrow, because remember, the last time we streamed, the levels were doing well in after hours, but then pre-market they didn't hold. So keep that in mind as we're doing this, as we're going to the situation that things can get ugly. Things can go wild. Someone is saying Moderna rocketed. So, okay, let me go to Moderna. Moderna, 5% is a rocket. Oh, hold on. This isn't a penny stock. I'm an idiot. Ooh, look at that. Would you look at that? Why is Moderna rocketing? Earnings, maybe? Let me see. That's why Benzinga Pro comes in handy. Moderna. Okay, Moderna reports second quarter financial earnings. Okay. Moderna 2 reports second quarter. It's got a price target bump. That was in the morning. That doesn't matter. Here we go. S&P 500 announces, look at this. This makes sense. See, this is why Benzinga Pro is awesome. Moderna will be joining the S&P 500. What that means is all the indices that parallel the S&P 500 will have to buy into Moderna. The S&P 500 will have to buy into Moderna, and the stock price will go up. Now, let me show you a parallel stock. That moved into the S&P 500 and how they reacted to their S&P 500 movement. Have you folks heard of Tesla? Tesla is a stock that joined the S&P 500 and rocketed and rallied all the way to 900 after also announcing a split. So if you remember when Tesla did their stock split here, they rallied up into the stock split, cooled off, and then we got announcement, and we traded sideways for a bit, and then we got our announcement, we're going to the S&P 500. The stock literally went from $400 to $900. Now, this is because it's Tesla. It's a little different from Moderna, but a more kind of a better parallel would be Penn. Penn was a stock that was also added to the S&P 500. It rallied and then it decayed. So that's the thing. The stocks will rally into their addition to the S&P 500, but they will return back to their pre-S&P 500 edition prices. So you will see a lot of stock traders, momentum traders will use this kind of as a trading strategy to be able to make money. That's fair. That's the name of the stock market. You want to make money, right? All right, I promised I would do big. Let's do it. BBIG. This is being pumped all over the internet. I don't know what they do. I don't know anything about them. If people on the internet are talking about it, I avoid it. I'm like, I'm not trading this. I hate pumper stocks. Expand, whatever that. Oh my God! Look, let's take a look at this. I try to go to the website, but it's saying not private. But okay, we'll continue anyway. If I get a virus, I'll hit up Benzinga to buy me a new computer. Okay, Edison Network, okay, so merged with Vinco to form Big, okay, so we know this is another merger play. So if you remember, what was another merger play that we discussed in the past was, remember Meta Materials merging with, I'm blanking on the name who they merged with, but remember that chaos story? So I don't, this isn't something that I would keep my eye on, but let's see. Company info, profile, let's see what they do. Big, which is, well, now it's Vinco Ventures, leverages new market opportunities and utilizes the big strategy to buy, innovate, and grow our brands. So these are the brands that they work with. This is their company info. So, okay, that told me nothing about what they do. Again, it's telling me nothing. So here, let's try this. This is a consumer products and digital marketing company. Okay, so they're in marketing. It's focused on developing both product and people brand recognition through its digital marketing and technology platform. It includes brands such as this. Nothing notable to me, at least. But okay, so they've got some stuff. So it had a massive rally today. Let's see if Benzinga Pro can tell me why it rallied. Sometimes, if the stock rallies on a pump, Benzinga Pro will tell you indirectly that this is being pumped, which is cool. Here we go. It's not even, there's not even a reason. Shares move high on volume above $4 level. Not seeing specific company news. Not seeing specific company news, aka it's being pumped. Yeah, TRCH. Thank you, Larry. TRCH and Metamaterials. Torchlight Metamaterials. Yeah, thank you, Jeff. You guys are awesome. Thank you for jumping in and filling in the gaps that I have in my memory. Look, you guys know me by now. You guys know me well by now. I hate pump and dumps. I hate pumpers. I hate all this crap that people do on the internet to move a stock. This is a low float stock. It's an 18.88 million stock. Now, 88 is my favorite number. That has nothing to do with anything. But look, this is being pumped. I don't care what they're doing. I don't care what the merger details are. You need to look at that. You need to look at that. Yeah, I promise you I will do Geode because that's a stock that I'm in personally. Farinati 78, and I love that stock, so I will cover it. I promise you. Just give me 2 seconds to finish big. We talk big in after hours on Zoom with Benzinga Pro. Pump and dump for sure. Yeah. I'm not sure what the Zoom call was, Roman, but yeah, it's definitely a pump and dump, man. Look, it even has resistance at the mean, which is the 20 moving average here at the mid band of the Bollinger. It can't get over this resistance. It's textbook pump and dump. Look at the 5-minute. It's flat, and then I'm pretty sure if we go to certain discords, you'll see messages, go buy this stock, and then boom, ride up, and then boom, we're selling, rides down. So be very careful with these stocks. I don't care how much money they can make you. I don't care how much opportunity you see in the grand scheme, the hope that's being sold to you that this stock is going to 15, 20, 30. No, that's not how it works. Companies do not overpay for mergers. Stamps.com was the only exception that I've seen that someone came in and overpaid for a merger. That's the only kind of deal that I've seen in a very long time where a merger acquisition happened, where someone overpaid. Now, why they overpaid, I have no idea. I've never looked into the details of this. I didn't care. I wish I owned Stamps.com. Now, you hear so many ads about them on podcasts. You're like, Stamps.com, what? How is this a company? What is their market cap? Hold on. How is this almost a $6 billion company? So it's mind-blowing, but it's something happened here. There's something that's going on here that this jumped. But for example, Torchlight and Meta Materials, that's trading under Meta now, MMAT, I'm sorry. Did I hit enter on the right one? Okay, now I'm kind of in the glitch zone of Webull. But yeah, it looks like when you go to like the OTC markets, Webull loses its mind. But look, everyone was like, Torchlight won't even come up, I think. Torchlight's delisted, so they're not going to. Yeah, it's not even going to come up. But remember, everyone's like, oh, Torchlight, special dividend. You can't pay a dividend if your company isn't making money to be able to afford to pay out a dividend. You can't. Why do you think AT&T cut its dividend? Why do you think Delta Airlines cut its dividend? Now AT&T didn't cut it fully, but Delta did. Disney did. Why? Because they weren't making enough money to pay out a dividend. A penny stock paying out a dividend, unless it's a REIT, it's highly irregular. It doesn't make sense. And what was their special dividend? Oh, when we merge, you'll get preferred shares over common shares. So if one day in the future we do decide to pay out a dividend, you'll get a higher percent dividend than the common shares. Who cares? Please stop falling for these BS pump and dumps on Discords and Fintuit. It's disgusting. It's heartbreaking to see. I've had to put people back together who've gone through these pump and dumps, who've come and joined my Discord and Patreon, and they're like, listen, man, this is my last hope. What do I do? So I literally sit there with them for 4 or 5 hours. We put them back together emotionally and psychologically, and then we try to figure out what they can do with their portfolio. This is the thing. It's truly, truly heartbreaking. A lot of people give me crap for running a paid service, but a lot of these free services have cost people way more money than any of these kind of paid services charge. There's a ton of great paid services out there. Sometimes it's a good idea to sign up for one so you can learn a little bit and then maybe graduate from that paid service. I just like to use the word graduate because that's the word I use, and then go on and then start trading on your own. And that's the thing. You got to be very careful. Yeah, exactly, Justin. Justin's spot on. Egg was a pump and dump. Newegg, right? I'm assuming you're referring to Newegg. Take a look at this. Let me turn off Bollinger Bands. I'm sorry, it gets me worked up and it breaks my heart because this is people's hard-earned money. And this wick up here is telling me that someone bought this stock up here, right? You see this? Someone bought the stock almost at $79, and now the stock is at $26. What difference of a price is that? Now, look, I'm not very good at mental math. That's why I have these tools to be able to help me. Look, that is a drop of 67%. So imagine you had $1,000 in your bank account. I'm not going to say a bad word, person on Discord or Twitter told you, hey, Newegg is going to $300 a share or even $100 a share. Buy the stock. So you bought it $79 in hopes that you could turn your $1,000 and grow it by 20%. So we're just going to assume it's 80 going to 100. Grow it by 20% and get to $100. Now, that math might be off too, so forgive me. But now you're down 67%. So you've lost your capital. The name of the stock game is preservation of capital and hopefully growing and making money. But capital preservation is the number one thing you need to do in the stock market. Why are some people risk averse? No, they're not scared. It's not the scared money makes no money BS tweet that people put out. No, it's not that. It's that you need to protect your capital because money matters. We work very hard for our money day to day. We aren't handed money on silver spoons or silver platters or whatever the saying is. I apologize for getting worked up. That's not who I am normally. It just breaks my heart to see these kind of things. All right, let's do another one. So Big, please be careful. Big is highly shorted too. I'm not in it. All right, let's take a look at Big here. So this is Ortex, by the way. This tells us the short percentage on a stock. So let's take a look at it. Let's take a look. Is Big being shorted? So if Big is being shorted, what's happening now is a small short squeeze. Those micro short squeeze that we discussed. And look, it's only 15%. This is shorted less than AMC. I don't understand it. Hey, Richard, what's up, buddy? I don't understand what's being shorted here. It's a 15% short. What's being short here? I'll show you Carve. Carve has a higher short percentage last I looked than Big. And since when is short squeeze stuff? Look, 28%. That's a higher short. 15% is normal. Look, I'll show you Mara. Mara at one point had a 60% short over the summer. It last, if I remember correctly. Here. 22%. Mara has a higher short percentage than Big does. Why isn't everyone buying Mara? You shouldn't be, because that's not how it works. That's not how the stock market works. But let's go to Riot. Riot's got to have a high short position too. They're both getting beat to the ground this week, by the way, because of how Bitcoin's reacting. It's parallel. You can see how it works now. It's like when CPI data comes out higher than normal. Look, 23% short. Here. Marin is a pump and dump situation. Seems unreal. Let's take a look at it. MRIN. Marin Software. I don't know Marin Software, but sure as hell I can tell you going from $1 to $27 without any news that I can see of, and we can check Benzinga Pro. And Benzinga Pro backdoor and tells you, well, if it's a pump and dump. Here, MRIN. Marin Software. Okay, so look, they just issued Q2 earnings, so that might be what's going on. Marin earnings shares are trading lower. Okay, so they're going lower after the company issued Q2 2021 revenue guidance of 6.1 mil versus the 7.3 mil year over year. What does that mean? They're saying we were expecting to make 7.3 million, but in reality, we're only going to make 6.1 million. So let's go. Let's take a look. So what date was this? I need the date. So the date for this movement was on July 6th. So if we go to the 6th here, we can see if there's any news. So here we go. Marin stock, why Reddit investors. Okay, so it's a pump and dump. Short squeeze potential. Okay, let's take a look at how much short percent it had that day. MRIN. Marin Software. This is the thing. You need to have a high short percentage in order to initiate a short squeeze. There has to be shorts there. Look, yeah. Look at this. It's a high shorted stock. This one is legitimately being shorted like crazy, 98% shorts. So it looks like what's happening here is, like, you can see the shorts hit at an all-time high on March 15th. Now they're covering slowly. They picked up on March 10th. So this is being shorted like crazy. That's true. This is being shorted like crazy. But this was reported on June 15th. So this is about a month late on information. So these could be micro short squeezes that happened, by the way. So this whole thing could have been a massive short squeeze that happened, and now it's kind of giving it up. So that's what's going on here. So this whole thing, this makes sense now. It's a short squeeze that happened. 98% shorts on June 15th. So where's June 15th? June 15th was here. So the stock had 98% shorts. So if people came in and squeezed the hell out of this stock with a 10 million float right here, it's a micro cap float. What was that? I think the hedges just took over my brain and tried to turn me off. But look, the 15th, this was a short squeeze. If you guys want to see how a short squeeze moves, here it is, a 1400% short squeeze movement. So this was a short squeeze. Congratulations. This was a short squeeze. But not every single stock will initiate a massive short squeeze like this. You need that high short percentage to be able to initiate a short squeeze. You saw that it was 98% short. That's why the short squeeze happened. So you need to keep these details in mind when you're looking for like a short squeeze candidate. It needs to be a high short percentage. I think about yesterday's fall. I bet a ton of shorts came in yesterday. I'm not sure what Eric, which stock are you talking about, buddy? If we're talking about AMC, it looks like today it's doing much better. So even if shorts came in yesterday, we're seeing I think this is a mini short squeeze that's happening here. To be honest with you, they're covering. There are mini short squeezes that happen, and we'll see these numbers in 2 weeks, where you'll see the short percentage slowly start to decrease. Why all China stocks are pump and dump lately? Who does that? I don't know. Sat size. Some of them are low float, so you want to find low float stocks. Those are easier to pump and dump because you can buy, like, you and your friends, like, let's say you're in a Discord with, like, let's say 50,000 people. You can tell your friends first, they buy, then you tell your Discord, they buy. And I made a cool little graphic for this yesterday. I was gonna tweet it out, but I'll tweet it out now. By the way, do me a solid. If you guys are watching this and you're enjoying the content, go to ryanstocks.com and follow me on Twitter. That would mean a lot to me. Also, if you could subscribe to my YouTube, that would mean a lot as well. Just 2 short clicks. I put out a ton of content on both of those platforms to be able to help traders, and I point out pump and dumps literally all the time. Eric saying MSTR high short percentage. Let's take a look at MSTR. It's got to be around the same as Mara and Riot, I would imagine, maybe a little higher. MicroStrategies. But MicroStrategy is a big target because it's parallel to what like a Bitcoin ETF would be. See, it told you 23.5%. Same like Amara and Riot. Parallel short percentages. But again, you will see micro short squeezes all the time on all these stocks. Okay, yes, I promised I would do Geode. I promised I would do Geode. Do you think DISCA also? Don't forget. Yeah, I got you on Geode. Let me do Geode first. I promised this person that I would do Geode. I like Geode personally. So Geode is getting beat up too. Geode, what is Geode's short percent? See, this is the thing. I'm in the stock, but I don't give a crap about what the short percentage is because for me, Geode is a long-term stock. I like what the company's going. I like what they're doing. They've got a very good board of directors. They've got not board of directors, but a very good C-suite. Very good, very smart people. It's a 20% shorted stock. And look, the shorts have been on a massive rocket ship. Look at this. Ever since, what's the date here? Ever since May 28th, this stock has been getting shorted like crazy. Look at that. Ooh. And this has had short squeeze in the past. This is a short squeeze. This isn't like a normal pump. This isn't, you can pump and dump this. You can't pump and dump this stock. The float's too high. You could, but it takes a lot more work and coordination. I don't recommend that. I think we did. I think we checked Marin already. MRIN. I could swear we just did that one. Here, I'll do it again one more time, just for you. Hit the like button, though. If you guys are watching this, hit the like button. I appreciate it. See, I told you, Marin's a 98% short squeeze. Not short squeeze. Marin is a 98% shorted stock. So it's getting shorted like crazy. But remember, this number is from June 24th. The shorts numbers are reported every 2 weeks. So it looks like Geode has support around $3. So if we were to go here, so you can see there's support around the $3 area, there's support. So that's where I'm watching. You also have support here a little lower down here around like the $2 area, and then 177 is your low point. But this stock is being shorted like crazy too. It's 22. Now it's not shorted like crazy, but this is a stock that gets shorted like crazy. Look, these are two short squeezes that happened on the stock, sending the stock rallying or 40% to about $16, and on this day, rallying the stock about 20% to 1750. So this is a stock that Wall Street Bets likes to play with as well. But I like the stock long term. Ortex updates daily, not 2 weeks old. Okay, cool. But all right, cool. Ortex updates daily. Perfect. Even better. Again, I'm new to Ortex, so forgive me if I'm off. David went over AMC short position, 15%. 15.8. I'll do it really quickly. Last one for this one, and I want to go to some other stock that I want to talk about with you guys. Here you go, 15.8% short position on AMC. Not me, Ortex. Don't start rumors. Sure, you want to see Zella? All right, let me do Zella. If it's not on the New York Stock Exchange, we're going to get it. Yeah, it's probably on NASDAQ or something. Zella. Baby shark. Yeah, it's not sure. This one's looks like 30%. If I'm reading this correctly, again, I'm new to this platform. Be careful. Okay, let's forget about the short positions on stocks for 1 second. Let's go to actual stocks real quick. I want to jump into AMC one more time. I hope Geode, the person that I promised I'd discuss it, I hope that helps. For me, it's a much longer-term position. I got faith in the company and the stock and what they're doing, so I like it. That's me personally, and that's just my personal beliefs and how I'm trading it. But AMC, we're watching it. Look, in the after hours, it's picking up. I think we're in the middle of a micro short squeeze. These are these candles that you see here, micro short squeeze, macro short squeeze. So these are the short squeezes are occurring. Shorts are covering. You'll see those numbers come out soon. AB Shark, my daughter's favorite. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know. See, this is what happens. Like if I go into like a rant, I'll need to have to like cool myself off somehow. And I just was like, let me use Baby Shark today to cool off a little bit. Now, folks, let me check out how we're doing. What? Only 53. Okay, we got 116 likes. You folks are amazing. Thank you so much for getting it above 100 likes. You folks are the best. Oh, I love you guys. AMC, there are hundreds of thousands of contracts expiring worthless at its current price. So I think the hedges are on our side and are pushing it up. Vanguard and BlackRock. Maybe. I know Vanguard and BlackRock own shares. which is interesting. But we have to also remember Vanguard and BlackRock also own shares of almost every single publicly traded company out there in the world. So keep that in mind. We need around $9 per share to end the week out. Then we started it. I'm not sure which stock you're talking about. Did Bitcoin go down because of the short squeezes? No, Bitcoin went down because it goes down every time CPI data goes up. That's why it went down. Bitcoin follows. Bitcoin now follows the 10-year Treasury, which is weird. I'll show you the 10-year. 10-year bonds. Bitcoin has actually been following that, which is really weird. When the 10-year goes down, Bitcoin goes down. When the 10-year goes up, Bitcoin goes up. 3 months. See, look at this. Bitcoin hit an all-time high in April. Remember this? This is what, April? No, I'm sorry. This is May. And then you had another peak in April. So if we look at this, this is so stupid. Like, how do you have this here and it's blogging? Like, do something. Such crappy UI on this website. I don't want 1 year. I want like 3 months. 512, we had a peak in the treasury prices, and then we can go to Bitcoin and take a look at it here. BTC, USD. So what was the date one more time so I can double check? The 12th. May 12th. Take a look at it. We had a nice little pop on May. Well, it came down because it also cooled off that day. But if you see this area, it's up. This was around our peaks. Let me guess. What is this date? The 14th? Let me see the 13th of April. Give me the 13th of April. Oh, I need a little bit more leeway on the chart. Give me a 6 month. Yeah, see, look here. We go down April 13th, 12th, 13th, then we see it go down, and then we see it go back up into the 12th. Look at this. Goes back up, comes down, goes back up. So Bitcoin's now following the bond prices. Isn't that interesting? Weird, but interesting. We started the week at 42.27. Okay, you're talking about AMC. Did they sell Bitcoin and bond? I'm not sure who they is. So look, if you're going to type in like a whole message, with don't do it in multiple parts because there's like 500 other people that are watching this and typing. So I'm going to get lost too. Let's go to ChargePoint. Flip, you got it. CHPT. ChargePoint. I like this stock. Full disclosure, I'm in this stock. But if you look here, ChargePoint is getting beat up. I don't care if they're being shorted. That's why I'm doing this. A ChargePoint is irrational. The market's reacting irrationally because there's someone who has 12 million shares of ChargePoint that is selling it, and people mistakenly reported this as an offering, and then it came out that no, it's not an offering. It's someone who's just selling 12 million shares, and they also have the option to sell another 1.8 million. In the grand scheme of things, is nothing. In the grand scheme of things, is nothing. So people freaked out. Now look, the float is 85.83 million. 12 million is really nothing. People overreacted. I use this opportunity to buy shares. Looks like we're going to probably start. It looks like we're starting to bounce at least around this area, around the bottom of this. So 2280 looks like to be the floor right now. Again, not confirmed because we need to kind of move our way back up, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how the market reacts to this movement, but it's quite unfortunate that the stock is now in a downtrend. I was hoping we would bounce around this 27 area, and it looked like we started to, kind of just going based off of Fibonacci's levels laws. Statistically, you bounce around the 50 area or you break it and then you start going into a downtrend. So realistically, if you were in the stock, you probably wanted to cut your shares here. Once you saw this candle, or at least this candle, you want to cut your position. But if you're long in it like I am, I don't really care, so I just hold on to it. Mitch, my man, love the positive nature Ryan always has. I appreciate you, Mitch, and love Mitch and love his show. One of the best shows, one of the best people on this network that I have a lot of fun working with. So Mitch is the man. Hopefully we can work more together in the future. And as you guys got to listen to Mitch. If you don't want to listen to me, you got to listen to Mitch and smash that like button so we can have some fun. But yeah, ChargePoint, love the positive, love the positive future that these guys could have. Let's take a look at this. Their cash flow positive, cool. Balance sheet is cash heavy, like most SPACs, that most companies that go through SPACs, they get a nice chunk of cash. Revenue, we don't have much numbers on them. Unfortunately, not much numbers on them because, again, newer company that's just started making some money. So we'll definitely keep an eye on it. We know the infrastructure bill likes charging stocks. We know that for sure. So we're going to keep an eye on them. But I have shares in it, so I'm going to, full transparency. I'm really cool, man. Thanks for your positive energy. Greetings from Poland. Poland, awesome. Great to see we have international viewers. My pleasure. Moderna joined the S&P 500. Yep, we just went over Moderna. Let's take another look at it. Let's see how the markets are continuing to react to Moderna's rally. We're still around 5%. I think this is a higher float stock, so it's going to, it's got a 400 mil float stock. So it's going to take a little bit of volume to move it. You'll probably see this tomorrow move closer to like the 300 area, just because of how like this thing is monstrously moving. Let me run an extension on this to see. Again, this is by no means should be taken with a massive grain of salt. But yeah, you could probably see that you'll probably see like the 300s tomorrow into next week with this movement. But again, this will be short-lived. So if you're playing this, make sure to take some profits on the way up. If especially if you're in this, you bought down here in the hundreds, you should have already taken profits. But you've got like a second wind coming into the stock. Moderna savage mode. Yeah, Moderna's going real savage mode. Great info. My pleasure, Gary. Appreciate you. What's up, Bulls Avenue? Woof. Woof is something a dog does. Sabrina, love the story, but some reason the story is not loved. Who's Sabrina? Mitch, who are you talking about? Oh, can you check? Oh, okay, I got it. All right, woof. All right, I was losing my marbles there for a second because the comments are going really fast today. Petco newly IPO'd, and just like most newly IPO'd stocks in 2021, they come below their IPO pricing and then they begin to kind of rally back up. But this stock's been having a rough time. This is like, I think this was one of those candidates where everyone wanted this thing to run. They were like pumping this one too. But yeah, look, this isn't a downtrend. It broke to 50%. You're probably going to see there's no support here. There's nothing. So it's probably going to break. You have some, I guess, at $19. So this is, and it's in a downtrend. Be careful. Be careful with Petco. What are their financials like? Good revenue, billions of dollars in revenue. Their profit margin isn't great, but it's there. They're making money. Balance sheet, their cash. They've got a good amount of cash for a Petco, right? For still a retailer, and they're cash flow positive. Net income positive, excuse me, not cash flow positive. No, here, they're cash flow positive. They're doing good. But again, stock price will not always reflect company performance, which is unfortunate. EVgo, sure. EVgo, let's go to EVgo. Go, EV Ranger. Only the 90s kids will understand what that means. All right, so EVgo, look at that. Holding that support line like a champion. Look at that right there. It held and bounced right off the support line like a Goliath. I love that. That's a beautiful bounce. Look, if you're playing this stock, you've got like a beautiful setup stock right here that like has previously bounced once, about bounced there twice, 3 times, and now four bounces. So this is probably an options trader's favorite stock. Let me turn on a few other indicators. Yeah, look at that. It respects the Bollinger Bands too. Not much here, but previously it loved to bounce right off the bottom of the Bollinger Band or right after it broke. But today it did a massive movement. But you do have your mean is proving to be your resistance point, which is your midpoint. 1386 is proving to be resistance. He went as high as 1350 today, but that's okay. You can't go to the moon on day one, right? But again, it's moving, so we'll have to see. And usually it has a pattern of ripping through the mean. So if enough volume comes in, it could make a movement, and that's cool. EVgo, I like EVgo. If I remember correctly, these guys used to be a SPAC. And if I remember correctly, I owned shares of this SPAC, but I sold it. I don't know why, but I mean, I sold for a profit, but I'm glad I sold it. But I'm more of a ChargePoint and SNPR person. Did you talk about Fubo already? I did, but I can go back to it real quick for you. Fubo TV. It's holding that rally of 5% in after hours, but again, we have to see how this holds into trading tomorrow. That's the most important thing, is you want to see, will the after hours activity decimate into pre-market tomorrow, and will it hold into pre-market tomorrow going into the day? I think RSI's in the middle. Diaz, Mitch, which stock are we talking, buddy? Nokia, please. You got it. What's Victoria Cakes? I don't know what Victoria Cakes are. Give me the ticker. Nokia. Here we go. Look at that. Nice little gap up on Nokia. Nokia is a fantastic 5G play. Nokia's a good look at those gap ups that Nokia just has. Like, screw you, I'm gapping up. But Nokia's a good play. It's going to a bit of a downtrend right now. Which makes sense. And when you gapped up, it needs to kind of probably come down, fill this gap. But it looks like this stock doesn't fill its gaps. Look at that. Previous resistance is now support. Do you see that line, guys? Look at that. I'm pointing at the screen like you guys can see me pointing at the screen. But look, previous resistance, which was at, what is this? Resistance was at 565, and now support is at 566. Good sign. Very good sign. Very good sign. I like this. I like what happened here. Very cool. What indicator are you using, please? Asked by Henry in the chat. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm using RSI and MACD here, and I'm cycling Bollinger Bands as well as Fibonacci extensions and Fibonacci retracements here and there. But yeah, I'm keeping it very simple for what we're doing here. And moving averages comes in from here and there too. But really, I've just been using basic support and resistance, or manual support and resistance, not moving average support and resistance. But yeah, Victoria Cakes. Breatha, can you do me a solid and let me know what the ticker is on that? Victoria Cakes. Nothing's coming up. I'm not sure if that's a plug, but I guess. I don't know. Do you have a stock? Redfin. Let's go. Redfin's going to suffer because Redfin needs those interest rates to go up. All the real estate companies need those interest rates to go up. Look at that. Yeah, look, it's not. They're fighting for their lives here. Look. Does not want to cross 65. It's going in a downward. Now, it's not a bad company by any means. Redfin is probably the future of real estate, and I'm not putting that lightly. But Redfin's a very good company, very good technology that real estate brokers hate. All those folks in real estate, they hate Redfin because Redfin's kind of automating their job and like building it. But like, look there, and then ever since here, it's just cannot break it. It's been trading sideways, breaks down, trades sideways, and then breaks down again. So I wouldn't be surprised if we go down to this $50 area. If we break the $50 area, we're probably going to go into like the 40s and 30s. What's my favorite stonk? Do you mean like momentum stonk or like stonk? Come back to me with a question. I need more clarifications. Okay, we're going over 5 o'clock, but that's okay. I have a meeting at 6:30, but I'll go with you folks for another 10 minutes and we'll jam. But just hit the like button for me. Any stock. My favorite stock overall. I want to say Marathon Digital Holdings. That's my favorite one because it incorporates Bitcoin. It's one of my highest success stocks that I'm holding long term. That would be one of them. But if I had to come in with a very close second, it would have to be Tesla. Just because of everything that goes on with Tesla. It's like a massive ETF in itself. I know a lot of people hate it, but that's just me. Corsair Gaming is struggling. Allow this struggle to go through. I think we'll probably return to this kind of, we're at the support level here. It looks like it's begun to bounce in after hours. See how it plays out tomorrow. But you're essentially at your support level here in the 2950s. So definitely keep an eye on Corsair. But I like Corsair Gaming long term too. Jeff is saying AESE. Allied Esports Entertainment. Okay, Allied Esports looks like you have a little doji right here. You got a little doji. It broke support today, which is not good, but it looks like it broke support yet bounced. Not yet, didn't bounce enough, but its volume is very low. What's the average? It's higher than usual, but if we zoom in, I don't know much about Allied Esports. I'm assuming it's around the esports and gaming world. But your MACD is down, your RSI is down. Your RSI is flat, but it was down, but now it's flattening out. Let me see my Bollinger Band. So you hit the bottom, so hopefully maybe it doesn't break through and you begin a bounce tomorrow back to the mid around 2.239, so around 2.24. So we'll definitely have to see that plays out. Lemonade likes Mara too. I like Mara too, man. Man, woman, you, whoever you are. Palantir. We haven't talked about Palantir on these streams in a long time, so let's do Palantir. Palantir struggling, but I like it. I want this stock to tank so I can buy more. This is one of my favorite stocks too. This is like another one of those stocks that are in my top 10 holdings with like Tesla and Mara. It's one of those stocks that I love Palantir. And I love the fact that no one has any idea what Palantir does. That makes it easier for me because people sell it. If people really knew what Palantir did, they would buy and hold and wouldn't sell it. But again, to each their own. We're at this. We broke the 50, so we're here in a downtrend. occurrence here based off the fib levels. Our MACD is showing flattening out. We need volume to come back in. It's not looking great. Kathy Wood sold 700,000 shares up here and caused our drops to start happening here, but that's okay. We never want to rely on one person to move our stock. It's been red for essentially for the past 3 weeks. Woof. So it bounced at 2101. So it looks like 2101, which is around your 61.8 fib level is where it's bouncing. You're at the bottom of the Bollinger Band there too. So I'd like to see how this plays out going into next week. But yeah, it's unfortunate. It's heartbreaking to see it break the 50 MA, but it happens, right? What's the OBV? OBV's flat. What are our EMAs? Our EMAs aren't doing much for us either. Let me turn off MAs, turn on EMAs. Let me turn on my 50 and my 200. Don't be distracted by too many lines, but it looks like we broke the 200 EMA today as well. Unfortunate. But it's okay. Long term. This is a long-term stock. This isn't a day trader stock. This isn't a swing trader stock. The float's too high. The momentum isn't there. The volume isn't there for it to be that. So it's either an option stock on the way up where you buy calls or you buy puts on the way down and you play it on both ways. But you never want to do that when it's trading sideways. Puts will kill you. Theta decay will kill you when it's trading sideways. Believe me, it's happened to me before. Rumor, you're hilarious. Thank you. Hit the like button if you agree with Rumor. Love the UI. Is this Benzinga Pro? No, this is Webull actually. Benzinga Pro's here. Benzinga Pro's got way more functionality than Webull does in terms of it. Benzinga Pro's got TradeView built into it, so you got a ton more functionality for drawing stocks. But personally, I have so many drawings that I've done here in Webull, so that's what I'm kind of using for showing off some of these stocks today because I got a little bit lazy. Disca? What's Disca? Oh, Discovery. Discovery's on the OTC? Discovery's interesting. Discovery's got to get bought out. Oh, what happened? What the hell happened? Did they cancel how it's made? Why did this stock tank so hard? Oh my gosh. This is disgusting. Like, there's not even a point of me drawing that. It's gone. What happened? Can someone tell me what happened with Discovery? This is ugly. And it looks like it wants to go lower. Yeah, not good. That's heartbreaking. I'm sorry to anyone who held the stock up here and it kind of tanked. Playing with Webull on the app right now, and it just got a bit of an update. Yeah, it did. Webull's getting a bunch of updates recently. They're doing very well. Hedge fund blew up. Oh, the Archegos drama. Yes, I remember now. Oh man, poor Discovery. That's what happens. You got to be careful with all your stocks. That's why you never want to go like too heavy on one stock. If that one stock goes, your portfolio goes, and things start to get really ugly. So remember. That's why a balanced portfolio is like a balanced breakfast. This is what happens when I go too long on these streams. I start to get a little bit wookie. But all right, plug time. Folks, go to ryanstocks.com. We need you on ryanstocks.com right now. I will do Playboy if you go to ryanstocks.com. You subscribe to my YouTube channel. You follow me on Twitter. Those are the two things I ask for you in return. And then in return, I'll do your stocks. Avatar, I promise you have not followed me on Twitter or subscribed on YouTube, so I will not be able to do seed right now. But if you do those, then I'll come back and I'll do seed. Pretty simple, right? Pretty simple trade-off. Also, I want you folks to hit that like button. We ask for 3 things. We do one big thing for you. Let's go. Let's go to. I just saw a stock that I really wanted to do. Sundial. Oh, Playboy. I promised Tony I would do Playboy. Tony, return the favor. Hit that like button. Follow on Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube. There's a lot of content coming out. Playboy is a stock that blows my mind. It's like, it's mind blowing. Lee, thank you so much, folks. Be like Lee. Be like Lee. That's the new thing. That's the new motto. Be like Lee. Playboy makes no sense. NFT massive run up. Let's see how are we doing here. Talk about. Looks like this stock took a blue chew. All right, looks like unfortunately it broke the 50%, so it's now in a downtrend. I think the one thing that will help this stock is earnings. Maybe earnings come in and the earnings do well because they raised their guidance. But if guidance is raised and the stock keeps going, then maybe we can see things go up. By the way, if you like the stuff that I'm doing here, if you don't know technical analysis, I teach this in the Patreon. So I'm making course videos. Like I literally just finished. I'm working on a bunch more videos right now. That are coming to the Patreon course. So you can do these exact things that I'm doing here, so you don't have to be dependent on me anymore. So if you sign up for the Patreon, patreon.com/trading together, linked at ryanstocks.com, you can join, learn, and you can learn how to do technical analysis too. It's not that difficult, I promise you. You'll learn, and it'll help you become a better trader and be part of an awesome trading team where Rumor is with us as well. Rumor, CEI, you got it, my brother. Chamber Energy. Oh no, Chamber broke the bottom. All right, there goes my fibs right out the window. Chamber is going through a lot. It's in a downtrend. MACD reversed into a downtrend. You got a pump. Chamber moves with oil, and oil hasn't been doing well. As if I remember correctly, XLE. XLE is oil, right? XLE, yep. Energy. Yeah, look at that. Parallel to what CEI is doing. So you got to keep your eye on oil prices. And you got to keep your eye on XLE when you're trading that. But CEI looks like it's in a bit of trouble. Unless oil ticks up and we go to like $75, $80 a barrel, it'll pick up then. I think if I remember CEI correctly. Yeah, oil and natural gas. Yeah, you're going to need some help there with that one, Rumor. Sorry, buddy. DM me. We'll talk about it. Jeff's talking about our Patreon Discord. It's a great atmosphere for sure in the Discord. Yeah, we get a small one. We only let a certain number of people in on purpose because we want to keep it small, tight-knit family there. Everyone's learning, growing, making money, which is really important. Ooh, I'm interested in that. Lee, yeah, link is in the description, Lee. If you'd like to sign up, it's there. Everyone's more than welcome. I'll show you here on Rhinestocks. You go to the Patreon. I'll go into incognito window because I'm logged in there. And you can sign up. We've got multiple tiers. The Tesla and the Google tier come with the course. The Square tier is just for those who want to sign up. As you can see, we've only got like 6 spots, 13 spots, and 2 spots left. And I'm probably going to close it in a few days because it's getting closer to the end of the month. So I don't want people to pay towards the end of the month and then get screwed over. So that's not how I operate. But you could sign up. Links here. It's also in the description. It's been very beneficial to a lot of traders, but a lot of folks just want to follow the herd and follow and get fed plays. We don't do that. We teach you, and then we also help you with plays as well, so you can make money and learn at the same time. So in red days like this, we're making bank. So that's what it is, right? That's what it is. That's how we operate. Okay. All right. I want to close out the stream with one stock that I really, really like. All right, I'll do 2 more stocks. I got 10 minutes before this meeting. I don't want to be late for that meeting. I've never heard of CBA. So look at CBA now. I've never heard of CBA. This is a SPAC, right? So it's not going to do much for me. Yeah, I don't know. Tony, you're the man. Thank you. CBA. Analysis and investigation. Okay, those are BS. Those happen to every single stock. It's going through Altus Power to go public through a 1.6 billion. Yeah, I don't have enough time right now to do a deep dive on this SPAC. Come back on Tuesday, Victor, and we'll do a deep dive together. Let's do SPCE. Because I told people, this is why I'm telling you, if you follow me on Twitter, I tell people, I said, this thing's going to tank on Monday. Whether the launch goes well or bad, it's going to tank because it becomes a sell the news or sell the bad news, right? There's 2 things that could happen, sell the news or sell the bad news. So definitely keep that in mind. Sorry, my alarm was about to go off, so I needed to turn that off. Okay, why is it doing that? Okay, cool. We're good. Jeez, I just saw a comment that blew my mind. But yeah, SPCE, no good, no bueno. Disney, I want to go to Disney real quick. I love it to Disney. Remember Disney? Remember we were talking about Disney? Remember I told you guys Disney's going to break out? I told you here, and I told you here, and no one believed me. And there it is. There's the breakout. And we're going to 200 by the end of the year. Into next year, 200. We've been there before, but there wasn't enough volume for us to get there and hold it, right? But I think we're going to go for the 200 very, very soon. So I have my commons. I'm also playing options. We're playing options in the Discord. We're making a lot of attendees in the Discord. Look, We came down, we hit the bottom, we're going for the 50%. We overtook it. Finally, we overtook it. And now we're going to go, hopefully 186 is our resistance point right now. And enough volume comes in or news, we'll make it up, or we'll trade sideways for a few weeks. And I'm completely fine with that too. So, all right. All right, I'll do this. One more stock. So comment below one more stock. I'll do Sundial while the final stock is coming. I thought I swore we did Sundial. We did too many stocks in here. Let me delete all the drawings. Sundial's in trouble until cannabis legislation comes through, right? Sundial is going to struggle. Sundial got pumped and dumped heavy. Now, I was lucky enough to own Sundial during the pump and dump, so I made money, so I was happy. Ferris, if you go to rhinestocks.com, the Discord can be attained by signing up to the Patreon. When you sign up to the Patreon, it gives you access to the Discord. Yes, Sundial's in trouble. All right, Paulina, ACB, that will be our final stock. ACB, Aurora, Cannabis. Yeah, look, they're both moving in parallel. So until the cannabis stocks pick up, these things are going to be in trouble. And by when does cannabis stocks pick up? It's when cannabis stocks will pick up when cannabis legislation comes down the pike. That's when we will have some nice movement. So we have to definitely keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on what's going on with the cannabis sector, because you don't want to. You want to make sure that when you're playing these cannabis stocks, that you're protecting yourself, because cannabis legislation isn't something that's easy. It's not something that's going to just go through overnight. It's not something that's just going to happen like willy-nilly. Unfortunately, it's something that's going to have to go to Congress, get voted. If you've ever worked with any form of legislative presser, you'll know that these things are not easy. These things take time. These things are brutal, and they take a long time. Look at the infrastructure bill, right? So it's going to be painful. Personally, I would not add anywhere here right now. I would look for it to enter oversold territory. So it looks like it comes down to this low RSIs of around the 30s, which we are now, and begins to bounce. We're sort of seeing that now, but it's not really there. But it looks like it bounced here, it has some support here in the past around this area. So you see here, you have some support here based off of these candles. But again, nothing substantial. It's around $7. But yeah, this is hard. This is hard to watch. Again, I'd be very careful. ACB was actually a stock, one of my very first cannabis stocks I ever bought in the beginning of COVID, when we were here in March. Where are you? So around here was when I bought it, and this sucker ran. And then I sold it, and then I bought back again, and then I sold it, then I bought back again, then I sold it, and I lost money on it. So that's what happens. You get too overconfident, you lose money. So definitely keep that in mind. All right, I'll do one more. All right, Caleb, I got you. Gene editing, CRISPR. Just don't edit my genes, and we're good. CRSP. Now, I don't know anything about gene editing or any of that stuff, so don't ask me about biology stocks. I'm garbage when it comes to bio stocks. But I can TA it for you. All right, so you rip through the mid, and you're coming down to your lower band, but you hit this Fibonacci here, and it's bouncing here, but it's not holding up in the after hours. So you're in a downward trend here. Look, you flew too close to the sun too fast. Might bounce here, or might bounce here at the lower band, or if it breaks the lower band, you're probably going to come down somewhere around this support level here, which is, what is this, 120s? That's where you'll probably start to see a bounce there. What are your moves? Yeah, see, look, you ripped through all of your moving averages. Which reminds me, I need to change the color on this one. This one needs to be a darker blue. I'm like, why does this look so familiar? Like, what are these two? Are they the same color? What's going on? I'm losing my marbles. All right. Listen to Paulina, ladies and gentlemen. Give this stream a like. You can find me on Twitter at Ryan Rozbiani. You can go to rhinestocks.com. We've got everything for you. I've got the YouTube channel there. Got a ton of stuff there in the YouTube channel. If you like SoFi, there's a video there on SoFi, 3-minute DD video, everything you need to know. You can sign up for our private trading Discord via Patreon. Certain tiers have educational content that will teach you how to do the technical analysis that I'm doing here, as well as you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm trying to build an Instagram following there because I'm trying to put some short form DD content there. If you could follow me there, that would be awesome too. I try to follow back if I know you. But yeah, that's it for now. 444 in honor of Jay-Z. We should probably end it. All right, Neo. All right, Benjamin, I like you, so I'm going to do Neo. I hope you hit the like button. Look at this. Neo's bouncing right off the 200 moving average, right off the 50% fib level, which statistically it tends to bounce off of. So we'll see how it goes. I'm in Neo. I like Neo long term. We'll see how it goes. Keep an eye on it. We can do it. We're going to have some fun. I hope you like this one. I hope you folks had fun. I appreciate you all as always. Nope, I clicked the wrong button. But as always, thank you so much. On your way out, just do me one solid. There's 438 of you awesome people in this stream. The like button is 100% free. All I'm asking you is to smash that like button for me. We're literally one like away from 200. I've never hit 200 likes on a stream before. If you could do that for me, it would mean the world. Just need one of you to hit that like button. And we can hit a record. So please do that for me. It would mean a lot. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. YouTube, subscribe. It would mean the world to me. I appreciate you all. Smash for AHT. I'll look at AHT real quick. I'll squeeze it in here for you. AHT is in trouble, my brother. AHT is in trouble. $2 is your support area. Needs to bounce, needs something. You're an oversold, so it needs a wave to come in. I think what's going to happen with HT is after it reverse splits, which is what caused this massive drop, then I think you'll probably see people coming in to this stock and kind of buying back into it, but people are probably waiting for the reverse split. Nate's telling me we hit 216 likes on the video. 230. You folks are amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I have to run. I have a meeting in 2 minutes. I don't want to miss that and be disrespectful. But I'll be back here Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you subscribe, you will be notified. If you subscribe and hit the bell button, you'll be notified. If you follow me on Twitter, I notify you before I go live on my YouTube channel, on this YouTube channel. You folks are amazing. I appreciate you. If there's any stocks that I forgot to go over, come back Tuesday. We'll do it together. Or hit me up on Twitter, and I'll try my best to get back to you. I can't promise that I will, but I'll try my best. So as always, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Do I offer Forex live stream? I don't do Forex, man. I apologize. I'm not there yet as a trader to be able to do that, but maybe in the future. We do options, though. Close enough to Forex. All right? Have a good one. See you all tomorrow. No, see you all Tuesday. And I'll catch you on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. We can interact there. We can keep talking. Bye-bye.